Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Insurrection Ale Works out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This one is called 40 is Greater Than 60, and this is an India Pale Ale, and it is 6.5 ABV. They did not list the details of what hops are in this, so I'm not sure, but I'm anxious to give it a go, so we'll crack it open and see what we got. So as you can see, it pours I'd say a darker golden color with about 2 fingers worth of pretty fluffy white head. I don't really feel like I poured it like very vigorously, so I think it's just pretty carbonated in general. That smells nice. Lots of peach and orange, a little bit of pineapple, a little, like, some of the orange is like candied orange, and some of it's like orange, like bitter orange peel. I am getting a little bit of just like fresh crushed hops, like that general bright fresh hop aroma. That's pretty much it, but it smells super fresh, so I'm excited. Oh yeah, it's really good. One thing I like about their IPAs is they're generally a little more bitter than a lot of New England style IPAs. Not that theirs are like super juice. Like, I mean, yeah, this is cloudy, but it's not like orange juice. But they usually finish with a solid bitterness, so it still kind of is like a traditional IPA bitterness. But it's not over the top at all. There's at least, this isn't sweet, but there's at least enough sweetness to balance it out where it works and it makes sense. So it's orange up front. Then I'm getting like a lemon lime character, which is really interesting. I would say it's leaning more towards lime. There's like an Odie oatmeal character to it, and I'm not talking about the body. I mean like the actual flavor, which is interesting. There's a little bit of a melon character, and it also has like a slight vanilla taste, which is interesting because I know there's no vanilla in this. I know there's nothing extra in it. I don't know what hops are in it, but I know there's nothing extra in it. It's really interesting. It does, like I was saying before, it finishes with like a really nice sharp bitterness, but it's not ever overpowering. You do get the carbonation level is pretty high. There's something that seems to be almost like stinging the tongue a little bit, but to me, I think it's more that than it is the bitterness, because the bitterness like doesn't seem to bother me that much, but I am getting it where it's just kind of like leaving that feeling of overcarbonation on the tongue in the swallow, which in my opinion is a very, very minor complaint, but it has no effect on whether I would buy it again. Excuse me. I'm just thinking. I will say it does feel like it's a little bit bigger than 6.5. I would have guessed like 7.5 or closer to almost a double IPA. It just kind of has that. Maybe it's because of the overcarbonation and it just is affecting the body, and it makes me feel like it's a heftier beer than what it is. But again, that's not really that's not a huge complaint. I'm just being nitpicky at this point. But those are like the couple things that I would want to change it. But the hop profile itself, and it, like I said, it does have that like an oaty taste, and there is a little bit of like general grainy character to it. It's really nice. I like the bitterness. I know some people might want to scale it back a little bit because it is fairly bitter, but I think it's appropriate for what this is. And I don't know what this costs, but I know his general IPAs, like the non-double IPAs, are going for like only $15 a 4-pack, and I think if you buy like a case, it's even cheaper than that. So a case would be what, $90 normally. I think you can get a case for like 75 or 80, which, you know, I would never buy a case of it because I just can't drink through it fast enough while it's fresh. But if you wanted to buy a case and split it up with a couple of people and everyone take 1 or 2 4-packs, then that completely makes sense. It would definitely be worth it because this is a really nice beer, and I wouldn't mind having some more of this. If I could buy this locally, I would. I mean, I think this is definitely up there with one of the better canned IPAs I've ever had from Pittsburgh, to be honest. I think this is definitely the best canned IPA I've had from these guys. I don't think it's the best IPA I've ever had in general, because the first like run they did of the Super Galaxy Sasquatch was just insane. But they've canned that once or twice since, but I haven't gotten a hold of the can, so I can't say how the cans are. But the tap version was amazing, but I'd like to have that again. But yeah, back to this beer, I would definitely buy this again. Really, really good quality stuff. I'm glad that they're getting things dialed in with their canning line, which is great, and they're doing some great stuff. I saw they put out some bottles recently too, which is awesome. Yeah, just another great brewery from Pittsburgh that not a lot of people know about, but they're doing some pretty good stuff, so check them out for sure. I think that's all I got in this one. Please like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.